Hi, my name is Marcus Ilar, and I work with Ericsson's Packet Core Technology Evolution. Today, I will talk about services for increased end-user privacy, specifically what this means for you as a service provider and for your end users, and how you can all benefit from this. The internet today is underpinning large parts of our society, which means that the need for security and privacy is only increasing. Currently, communication over the internet is encrypted to a big part, mostly by protecting the content. However, there is a need for going beyond this and also protect the user identity and the behavior of users and the capability of not being able to link behaviors of users across multiple requests. To meet this demand, there are new privacy-enhancing services available from the device vendors. You can typically access these services already, depending on what type of device you have and what subscription you have. These privacy solutions are based on relay nodes that are using HTTP extensions. These relay nodes encapsulate traffic and multiplex traffic from the user using the QUIC protocol, completely encrypted and hiding it from the path. And there's a core principle of these solutions, and that is that no single entity knows both the user identity and what content the user is accessing. This means that the user is in control of what content about its identity it wants to expose and to what entity in the network. Various entities in the network might need different information to work. Let's take an example of a service provider like you. You will need to know the identity of the user in order to do appropriate billing. You might also need to know something about the type of a service in order to provide proper differentiation. But you might not need to know detailed information about the content that the user is accessing or what sites it goes to and so on. On the other hand, we have the application server that also needs to know something about the traffic, but it needs to know more about the details of the traffic, what is being accessed, but not who the user is. So, we know a little bit about what these privacy services are. Let's take a look at how these services scales and what that means for you as a service provider. So currently, these privacy services are not taking the service providers into consideration. That means that you can have problems with users needing to select between enhanced privacy and value-added services that the service provider provides. In order to support these value-added services, there is a need for integrating these privacy solutions into the service provider network. And when you integrate these solutions into the network of a service provider, you get additional benefits. In particular, you get enhanced performance by not adding delays due to suboptimal routing through these relays. And you also avoid introducing new bandwidth bottlenecks when you place one of these relays in the access network of the user. Let's take an example of a user who wants to combine enhanced privacy with a low latency experience, such as AR/VR or cloud gaming. Currently, it would need to select a privacy solution that is over the top, likely sacrificing application performance due to suboptimal routing and the lack of capabilities of the service provider to apply differentiated quality of service. So, we know a little bit more about how these services scale and that you likely need to involve yourself in these services. Let's see how we can make this happen by collaboration. So we advise you as a service provider to collaborate with these privacy service providers in order to make a comprehensive solution for privacy. First of all, you need to have a technical implementation of this. That means that you need to integrate an HTTP relay into this user plane function in your access network. You also need to partner with the device ecosystem in order to create a comprehensive privacy solution that both adds privacy to your customers but also brings opportunities for new value-added services that this can provide. And here it's important that you stress this in communication with the privacy service providers, because this will bring new opportunities for new services that are based on HTTP relays. Examples of this could be differentiated charging or in-band exposure. Furthermore, The technology that these relays are based on serves as a foundation for lots of other services. As an example, we have the 3GPP ATSSS solution, which is used for multi-access support. You can also use this technology to enhance enterprise security, for instance by replacing IPsec. Now that we know a little bit more on how you can integrate with these services, let's take a look at a few more technical details. And we will start off by comparing a privacy service based on relays with a classic VPN service. So a traditional VPN has similar properties to a privacy relay solution. It hides the traffic from the path. It hides the IP address from the content server. But you have a single node in the network, which is the VPN server, that knows both who the user is and what the user is accessing. On the other hand, we have these new relay-based privacy solutions, which are based on a two-hop proxy architecture, where the client connects to a first proxy with a tunnel, and then through that first proxy connects to a second proxy with a new tunnel, and then finally connects to the target server. This means that the first hop proxy operator knows who the user is, the second hop proxy operator knows the content, or the target of the content, but it does not know the user. This is an enhanced privacy compared to a classic VPN. These relay solutions are based on HTTP extensions, as we've said. These HTTP extensions are sometimes referred to as MASC, a name that you might have heard before. MASC is a set of extensions to HTTP with the purpose of enabling secure proxying of various internet protocols, such as IP and UDP. You are proxying these protocols inside HTTP, often using the QUIC protocol as a substrate, providing you encryption and integrity protection of your proxied traffic. This also means that the client is control over how and when to connect to proxies, because HTTP is a request-driven protocol. So, what does this mean for an end user? Well, deploying a privacy relay inside the access network will provide better performance for the user. It will also add simplicity, because you already have trust relations with your device vendor and your access network provider. You do not need to establish new trust relations with previously unknown entities. The goal of this is to make it straightforward to provide enhanced security and enhanced privacy for all users. To summarize, we've seen that service providers can play a crucial role in offering and scaling privacy services, an opportunity that you should seize. Also, collaboration with privacy service providers will act as a foundation for new offerings, and by placing a relay node directly in the access network, you will improve the performance, and you will enhance the trust in the solution, and you will simplify for the end user. Privacy services and the technology they're based on is changing the architecture of the internet. Now is the time to be proactive and be sure that you're on top of it.